What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is WandaVision Season 1, Episode 4. We interrupt this program. So, kind of an interesting episode. We finally get to see a little bit more about what's going on the outside of everything that's going on inside the show. Uh, and yeah, I liked a lot of the tie ins. We finally get to see just some more people from other movies, and we see more of the connection. Um, so apparently Geraldine this whole time was actually Monica Rambeau, the daughter of Captain Marvel's best friend. Points off, I will say, because for me, I was not a big fan of the Captain Marvel movie. I felt like, first of all, doing an origin story for somebody that happened so long ago, anytime you do that, it does kind of take I guess, the stakes out of it, because you're like, well, I mean, I don't think any of these people are going to die. I definitely know she's not going to, and I know, you know, Fury's not going to. Rambo is like, I'm pretty sure she's not going to. So the stakes weren't really that high. I wasn't a big fan of her, like Captain Marvel's character, just in general, because it felt like they didn't give her much of one, which partially because, the whole memory thing. But one of the things I really did like about the movie is I did like the friendship between her and Maria Rambo. Like, I thought that was a very genuine thing, and like getting to see them interact, you know, before she became Captain Marvel, I thought was really nice and it was sweet, and I thought it was a very genuine friendship in the midst of all of this insane superhero stuff. So killing her off at the beginning of this episode, I was just kind of like, what? Why? Why would you do that? Like, one of the few good things about Captain Marvel, and you just kill it off. Like, why? Um, so I wasn't a big fan of that decision. I love the fact that they brought the FBI agent Wu back from Ant-Man and the Wasp, because he's already just a gem of an actor. And then to start off, one of the first things he does a little magic trick to whip out his FBI card. I'm like, cheeky bastards, I love it. But then another point off, because then you bring Kat Dennings in on this show. Because if there's one movie I disliked more, okay, well, I'll say this: I didn't hate any of the Marvel movies. I think all of them have something of interest. I enjoy to some extent all of them. There's not one that I hate, but if there's one of them that I can pick that is my most disliked movie, it is The Dark World. And one of the biggest issues is they gave Kat Dennings way too much in that script. They're like, you know what? Kat Dennings was pretty funny in the first one. Let's give her more lines. Let's give her more scene to chew on. Let's give her more obnoxious stuff to do. And now the show has Kat Dennings on it. And I'm like, why? Why? When I saw her show up, I was like, oh God, no, I might be out. This show might have done it for me. The show, I might be done. Um, but okay. Aside from all of that, though, but no, I do enjoy getting to see kind of what's going on, what's led up to what's happening right now. We get to see how Monica Rambeau got in there. We get to see why they all showed up outside of this place to begin with. All these missing people, this whole idea that Westview doesn't exist. I did find that hilarious. Like, so what did you say about the town of Westview? Doesn't exist. There's a billboard that says Westview behind you. Do you not see that? I like that concept of like there's something mental going on here. And I do want to hold on to that theory for later in the review. But I like getting to see how everything sort of led up to why S.W.O.R.D is there to begin with. It wasn't Excalibur. I, I had an idea, sword in the stone, it's just sword. Which, sword in the shield kind of makes sense. Um, but yeah, so we get to see how they showed up. We get to see, Monica was a part of this, and apparently Maria is the one that started S.W.O.R.D to begin with. So yeah, I liked all the connections and getting to see how they all got there and kind of how they figured out what's going on inside of the TV and how they realized this is acting like a TV show. All of that stuff was pretty interesting. Even, though Kat Dennings was a big part of how they figured out, I still enjoyed getting to see what all has happened up to the point where we are. I was a little worried because it did occur to me. I'm like, okay, so this is basically a recap to get us back up to the present, but it's getting to see what's going on the outside and getting us back up to where, the title of the episode, we interrupt this program. They interrupted the show for a second to say, hang on, let's show you what's going on outside, and then we'll get back to the show. So for what it was in that sense, I did enjoy getting to see that. I did enjoy getting to see them go through all the steps of like, okay, so how did that one guy, the beekeeper, get in there? We get to see whenever things go in, they change. Based on the simulation, whatever is happening inside of Westview, we get to see that change. And then getting to see Geraldine, Monica, in there. She has to play along with it, and then once she stops playing along, that's when she gets kicked out. So yeah, very interesting in all of that sense. Now, as far as Wanda is concerned, because we do see she is officially the one that kicked Monica out. I said, it could have been her, it could have been whatever is kind of controlling her consciousness and all this. Still not entirely sure what exactly is going on with Wanda. We do see a glimpse of the Vision that is in there. Might actually not be Vision at all, but the body of Vision. But since she seems to be creating this world, she's creating like this is actually Vision, like he's still alive. So very interesting in that sense. But I kind of have this thought that maybe while she is in control and while she is the one that's sort of pulling the strings, I still wonder if there's something else going on. Maybe this is something where she went to go check it out and then she kind of got caught up in it, and now, I mean, it's essentially everything she ever wanted, and so she doesn't want to leave. Now she wants to stay in whatever this is, and now she's kind of controlling it. I don't know. It just seems like a weird decision to make her kind of an anti-hero, more of a villain in this sense. Because, like, I don't know, just, okay, so she gets back from the blip, she takes on Thanos in that final battle of Endgame, and then she just runs off to New Jersey. Does she create this whole place? She's like, I just want to live in a world where Vision is alive, so I'm just going to wipe all these people's memories, kidnap them, wipe the memories of anybody that's inside here, and somehow create this world where Vision and I now get to live out our lives like he never died. It just seems like a very drastic step. And I find it weird that nobody on the Avengers, like nobody, would be like, hey, we need to check on Wanda. She might not be okay. They would just sort of let her leave and just like, all right, go off and do whatever you want to do, Wanda. I'm sure you're not, suffering or anything. So, in that sense, I am kind of curious to see if there's something else that's sort of affecting Wanda in that sense and making her feel like she doesn't want to leave and like this is what she wants, or if this is just more like this is her way of grieving, is creating this world, because she never really got the chance to grieve. Like after Vision died, she got snapped away, and so this is still very fresh for her. So this could just be a show about her, I guess, going through the stages of grief and trying to get her to the acceptance stage where she realizes that Vision is gone and she can't get him back. So that could be what this show is going to be about, but I still kind of wonder, like, I don't know, if there's something else that is affecting her. Like, maybe she didn't create this pocket of whatever is going on that's caused the memory, like the selective amnesia of all these people. Maybe she didn't create this pocket, but maybe she saw it as an opportunity, or she went to go investigate it and then got caught up in it and is like now basically sort of stuck, but doesn't want to get unstuck type of thing. So there's still, I think there's still a good bit of mystery behind this. I still don't think we have all the answers. Unless we do, if that's the case, then I kind of feel like you've revealed stuff way too early, because 4 episodes in, there's still 5 to go. I want some of the mystery to be saved for near the end. I want some of the mystery to be revealed a bit later. Because I find the concept very intriguing and I want to see what they're going to do with it. And if it just turns out that, oh, Wanda is just grieving after Vision, so she created this and now she's trying to keep everybody out, it's just kind of like, but why did she choose a TV show? Why did she decide to go from the 50s to the 60s, like change the decades? Like, why is she doing all of that? There's got to be a better explanation than just Wanda is grieving after Vision's death. So we'll see what's going on. Those were the best theories I could come up with. So we'll see if any of them are right. I was already wrong about it being somebody controlling Wanda. Possibly. I'm pretty sure we saw that whoever, like, if there is somebody controlling, they're not actively. Like, I thought it might be that they're cutting because they didn't want to show us that somebody else was stepping in and kind of making it seem like Wanda was the one that was getting rid of all these people and the one controlling the simulation. I thought that's why they were cutting it like that, but as it turns out, no, that's exactly what's going on. Is she's, I don't know, I kind of felt like that was a little weird. It's like, why cut it and make it look like Wanda's the one doing all of this when it's actually the Wanda's the one doing all of this? Like, that just seems like you're trying to subvert our expectations by not subverting our expectations. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it, still having fun, even though it did do a couple dumber things this episode. Kat Dennings. But still loving it. So, what did you guys think? What are your theories? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future WandaVision episodes, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace out.